Hey everybody. I thought since I was going to start working on some of those LLM things with Visual Studio Code and continue in Roo, I would kind of walk through what the setup for all those tools looks like. And since they're already set up on my Mac, this is my dad's old laptop that I've put Pop! OS on. And it does not have Visual Studio or Ollama installed yet. So the first thing I'm going to do is go look at what it takes to get Ollama installed in Pop! OS. It could just be something that's in the store already, uh, but I just wanted to look on Google. How do I run? Oh, let's say on Intel integrated graphics, because this is just a, let's see, I think if I go in here and I go down to about, you can see that this is a 11th gen processor with 12 gigs of RAM and the built-in Xe Mesa Intel graphics. So that's what we have to work with Ollama at any level. A run leverage. This requires installing IPEX LLM, initializing. Okay, let's see. Let's just see about a regular old install. Let's go to ollama.com. I don't know if I've actually done this before, so this will be a good test for everybody here. We'll go download available for Mac, Linux, and Windows. We'll choose Linux. Oh, looks like we'll copy this to our clipboard. We'll go to the terminal. We'll run, I'm going to right click, say paste, curl sh, let's see what happens. Install password sudo. I'll go ahead and put in my password. Alright, downloading Linux. We'll see what happens. I hope everybody had a good Easter weekend and good time with family. I don't know if everybody tracked down eggs or not. I heard some places painted potatoes, which I guess is an interesting way to celebrate. Um, I think I just kind of stayed home with my dog. I think I played a little bit of Hades too and posted about that. Let's see, we're about 30% downloaded. I wonder, let's go see if we can figure out how much RAM and everything we're taking here. If I go to utilities, nope, system monitor. I'll drag that over here. Now we can keep an eye on what the system looks like while we're doing stuff. Um, I remember that my sister used to always say Happy Resurrection Sunday instead of Happy Easter. And I always thought that was weird, like the names of things never really got to me much. Um, okay, adding user sys USB. Okay, it's still looking. Warning, no NVIDIA Ollama will only run in CPU mode. Alright, that's what I was interested in hearing. Ollama complete. Let's see what happens if I run Ollama ls. So I don't have anything yet, and that makes sense. If we go back to the Ollama website and go to models here, let's see, popular, newest, I guess we'll go popular. Gemma 3 has a 1B. Now, since I've only got 12 gigs of memory in my whole unit, and if I look at, let me run, I think it's top. If I run top here, I can see that right now, let's see, memory, about 12 gigs total, 802 free. That sounds like very, oh, but the one underneath it, the swap says 15 gigs free. Wonder what this monitor says. Network memory 5 gigs of 12. So I've got about maybe 7 gigs. And it looks like it's in cache. So I guess once I start running Ollama, that cache memory will probably get eaten up with the GPU, or not GPU, but the integrated graphics memory. But because of that, I think that I would only want to choose something like 4B may even be too big for this laptop. So I might go 1B. I see that there's a DeepSeek 1.5B. Let's try both of these. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to right click, open a new tab, right click, open a new tab. Oh, whoops, let me close that. Open a new tab. Let's see what this one is. 2 weeks ago, Mistral. Oh, 24B. How's that small? Come on, y'all. Alright, so we'll try the two up here, this one and this one. So let's go to Gemma, and I'm going to switch this over to the 1B. And then this is the command that I need to run. So I'm going to copy it to my clipboard using the little icon there. Let me go ahead and just open a new tab and kill that other tab. Okay, so from here, I'll run this new Ollama command. So at this point, the Ollama client, the Ollama command line utility is using its known repository of LLMs to download from the internet, the one that I requested whenever I said run Gemma 31B. So and then it's, making sure that it was there. So now it's given me a prompt so I can start talking to it if I want. I could say, hello, can you see me these words? Yes, I can see you provided a list of words. Hello, can see these. Well, gave me most of them back. Spell them out, analyze them. No, thank you. I was just trying to run a ping. Okay, no problem. I understand you were running a ping. That's good reason to be looking at the words. Is there anything else I can help you with? Not yet. I appreciate you talking to me. I don't know. I feel like it's nice to be nice to the computer, you know? No reason to be rude, especially if you're trying to find helpful information out of it. Like, imagine you're online and you're looking through a message board and you're trying to find help articles or people who are like giving answers to things, and you come across one where the person, asks for help and, sounds like they understand that they don't know everything, and like they're just looking for help, and somebody's like, oh, well, I can help you out with that. Sometimes you could even give the wrong answer, and somebody will come along and be like, actually, it's kind of like this, but I appreciate where you're coming from. Whereas if you jump on and you're like, everything's wrong and nothing works and blah, 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 like everybody's going to kind of like cringe and not want to converse. So the answers that you get back will probably reflect that. So it's always nice to be nice to the machine. Let's see, so we got this installed. That didn't seem like too much of a pain. So the other side of this was getting Visual Studio Code connected. Well, I guess while we're doing that other part, we can get DeepSeek downloaded too. Because we want to be able to compare and contrast maybe. Not with this box really, this is all just for funsies, I guess. Let me see, I would type exit maybe? No. Control C? Oh, /by. There we go. Okay. So now I want to run that other Ollama run to start the other one. Alright, so that'll start. And we don't have to watch that. Let's go. How would we install Visual Studio Code? I think I would just use the main installer. Just gonna Google Visual Studio Code install Pop! OS. Visual Studio Code on Linux sounds promising. Download and install for your Linux distribution. Debian and Ubuntu base. Okay, so I know that I guess Pop! OS is on top of Ubuntu, which means that I guess it's also on top of Debian. Let me ask this guy real quick. Let's say, what is the best way to install Visual Studio Code on Pop! make sure I plug in plenty of words. Alright, so DeepSeek's doing a little bit of a think before it writes the first thing out. So that's what this think tag means up here. Like I guess it spends more time in inference mode to try to get a good answer. I guess it builds up its own context base on things, and then once it has enough context that it thinks that it can give a good answer, it gives the answer. This is a lot more than I expected for a 1.5b. Oh, let's see, what is it? So this, okay, wow, it has a lot to say about this. Let me think about my setup. Let's see what it's doing to my box. Okay, so this all, well, I think it's CPU bound. I can see the CPU jumping around. If I feel the box, it doesn't feel like it's heating up, so that's good. Jeez. It's thinking way too much, I think. I was just going to probably do this sudo apt install file deb, but I need this deb package. It's still going. Alright, so I have that deb, and I guess what I want to do is run a sudo d package. Oh, it's just a sudo apt install. Okay, let's try that. You keep going, bud. We'll keep an eye on you. Can I drag this out? Nope. Let me close that. Maybe I can just open a new terminal. Look at it go. All I did was ask how to install. Now it's telling me about customizing and anyway, alright, so let's go cd. Oh, it's done. Let's see. Follow these steps. Jeez Louise. Where did it stop thinking? So there it was thinking. Should we read all this? Let's see. Okay, so I need to figure out how to install Visual Studio Code on Pop! OS Linux. I'm a bit new to this, so let me start by understanding what each part does and then think about the steps. First off, Visual Studio Code is an integrated development environment that's widely used. Okay, Pop! Is an older Linux distribution. Ooh, burn Pop! OS. The user provided some steps to install it. Did I? Okay, let me break this down. VirtualBox. Oh, where did I get that? Because I did talk about a VirtualBox, but not anywhere around here. I wonder if this thing's psychic? What did I ask? I just asked what the best way to install on Pop! OS Linux was. I wonder where I got VirtualBox from. Because that's what I was planning to do first, was on the Mac, use VirtualBox, install Oracle Linux, and then do this, but that was on ARM64. And I figured this is a more generic kind of box that everybody might have immediate access to, like just Intel integrated graphics, onboard RAM. It's a laptop, an i5, but it did respond really quickly. I'm just kind of surprised what all it had to say. Alright, anyway, that was interesting. I could, let's see, let's go back and ask the other one. So let's see, I'm going to say bye again. And if I look at Ollama PS, it shows that I'm running, and it was taking up 1.6 bytes of RAM, I believe is what this says. So DeepSeek is running, it's taking up 1.56 gigs of RAM, and it's using CPU processor. On my other box, I think it would say GPU, or maybe not on the Mac. But let's say Ollama ls, which shows me everything that's installed, and then we'll say Ollama run gemma 3 colon 1b, and that way that we're going to tell it to run this, which I think will make the other one stop. Okay, so that's already loaded up. It's very fast, these small LLMs, so let's just ask it the same question we asked this one. See how much, see what all it has to say. If it comes back with the same thing, I'll be interested, but we'll see. So I highlight that, and I'll say right click, copy. We'll go back to the bottom. We will right click and paste, put the question mark back, ask Gemma. Oh, look at this. It's going to break it down too. Lightweight using snap. Why snap? I don't want to use snap. Sudo snap install code. No, I'm not going to do that. Flatpak. Good if snap isn't available. None of them say to use the deb. I'd much prefer to use the deb. I don't know why I feel like that. But let's see. So, oh, well, the manual installation, less recommended, more complex. Interesting. Kernel compatibility. VS Code can sometimes have compatibility issues with older kernels. I think I'm on the latest, like 6.9. I wonder how I could find that out. I think it's like, oh, I used to know this one. Let me ask it. What is the command to see my kernel version in bash? uname-r. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't show you all this, but it's okay. This computer's already compromised. So this is on 6.12 generic. Yeah, that seems new enough. I'm just going to do the deb. I already got it downloaded. I don't like learning new things, and Snap and Flatpak are just, I don't feel like they update as fast. I feel like the deb, each time that you launch it, will auto-update itself, and I don't know if that same thing happens with Flatpaks or Snaps. And I know Snaps get real weird with ports, so not really interested in the Snap idea. Alright, so we're going to go to downloads. We're going to disregard what all the tiny LLMs said over there. Small language models, small large language model. I don't know. I don't know the way it's really pronounced. Okay, so sudo apt. Let me go back over here. Minimize. Okay, sudo apt install /code.deb, and I hit the tab key there to auto-complete that file name for me. So I'm going to launch that. I'm going to plug in my password again. Alright, getting packages. Yeah, I guess I got this computer for my dad because his previous computer, I guess the laptop keys stopped working, and he's like, you can fix this, right? And I was like, the key's not working? You know, and like it happened with this real keyboard and then a USB keyboard, and I was like, I don't think I know how to fix that, you know, like I'm a developer. So I found this like cheap deal on this one. Ooh, what's this? The installer would like to add Microsoft repository signing key. Yes, I do want to do this, yes. Alright, so I got him a good deal on this laptop, and I got it for Christmas for him. I think, oh no, permission denied. Couldn't be accessed by user apps. That's not any good. Maybe this isn't the way I did it before. Let's see if I've got Visual Studio Code installed now. It says I do. Let's see if I launch it, does anything happen? It appears to work. Let me close it again. So let's see, what else do I want to do here? If I wanted to try it out somewhere, what would be a good folder to open? I do have a workspace folder there. What's in my workspace? Basic pitch. I wonder what I got that for. Maybe it would be interesting to ask questions about those. So let's cd into basic pitch, and we'll say code dot to open this folder in Visual Studio Code. And that part works. Okay. Do I trust the folder? Meh. As much as anything I trust on this computer. Set up Copilot for free. I'm gonna not do that. Let's see. My theme's okay. I'm just gonna click close there. Is there anything in this folder? Oh no, that folder's empty. Okay. Let's make a different folder and open something else then. Let's go. Maybe we'll just go to that website and then open the files for it. So if I go to github.com and I search for Austin 183, that gives me this github.io page. And if I wanted to download this code, I guess I'll just download a zip of it for now. Alright, and then I'll unpack this, extract to Austin workspace, put it in a new folder using this new folder button, website, and then we'll select that. Okay, I think it did it. Let's find out. So if I go back here, go back one folder, do a search, cd website, ls, okay, cd Austin, code, dot, there we go. Alright, so we've got something to look at in here. I trust the authors because the authors was me. So let's see, well, first let's talk about getting the extensions hooked up to make use of Ollama. So if I go to extensions, I'm interested in trying Roo, I guess. This may be a horrible thing to try to do. A very small LLM plugged into Roo code to try to do things with my website, but here we are. So I'm going to install the Roo code. I'm going to trust the publisher and install, as trustworthy as everything is here. Alright, so that's installed. I now have this Roo code extension over here. Let's go, let's also make sure that this website can be run and we can see what it's doing. Let me just ask Roo real quick. Let's see, so first time setting up, we're using Ollama here. So if I say Ollama, base URL, I'm going to leave the default because I think that's what it is. And you can see that it's already picked up the two models that I've downloaded so far. So let's start with Gemma just to see what happens. Help improve? Yeah, sure. Everybody, sharing is caring, as I always say. Auto approve, I'm going to auto approve reads. And then it can ask me if it wants to do anything else. So let's start, I am running a new installation of Pop OS. Is there a way I can host the website in this workspace using a Python or Node command so I can access it from my local host on a port? Let's see what it can do. Come on, Gemma, I believe in you. You and Roo, both of you. Notice how at the top here, it's got the, we'll see what it says at the end, but it's got this context length, which I really like. It shows, I guess, how many tokens out of the whole token set this can run. So, and I think it's working. Let's go see what's happening on the back end here. Oh yeah, everything's going crazy. So it's hit the back end with Roo, and it is just thinking about it all over the place. Oh, there we go. Okay, so blah blah, within a project, likely related to the music. Okay, cool, yeah. I guess that means that it read some of it already. It didn't even really show me about that. Is there anything specific you'd like to know? Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have told it. Maybe I gave it too much context to look at, but it also didn't tell me how much context I gave it. Let me cancel this. Switch modes. Oh, I was in code mode. It should have been in ask mode. Maybe this isn't even the right place to ask. Maybe Roo's trying to do too much. Let me open up a whole new code instance and start asking it something without anything. Okay, it should all still be configured the same way. How would I host a local folder, or I guess, how would I find out what version of Python I am running on Pop OS? Sorry if everything's really small. Maybe I should work on the settings too to get the font bigger. Oh man, I thought these small models would be okay. Well, I guess I don't really need to do much else with these small models. I just kind of really wanted to show what it looked like to get Visual Studio Code and one of the extensions, I guess. Let me cancel out of this. Let me just close that. The other extension that I wanted to talk about was Continue. So we can get that installed as well. Once you have these things installed, it's pretty easy to get the rest. So if we install this one, Trust Publisher, okay, so that shows up here. And if we go to remain local, Ollama, download chat model. Okay, so and then it says this will update your config. Oh, well, that's not set up yet. Let's see. So let's ask Roo about it. So we got this config.yaml. All right, new task. Do you know how to put Ollama hosted models into the continue config.yaml file? I have Gemma 3.1b and let's see what else. I'm kind of surprised that continue doesn't have something built in to do this automatically, because Roo did it. Roo, like you said, do Ollama, and it said, I know what you got. But continues all like, hey, could you help me out with what you got? So, no big, well, yeah, it's no big deal, I guess, not in the long run. DeepSeek R1 colon 1.5b. DeepSeek R1 colon 1.5b. So, right, let me check. Oh no, I clicked the wrong thing. Oh no. Oh, there's a dash there. Okay. Let's say yes. Oh, actually, instead of saying this YAML file like this, let me give it the actual YAML file. So if I hit the oh no. Let me close that. Oh, I did not mean to close them both. Alright, maybe I'll have to edit this after a bit. Let me get back to where I was. Code. That's embarrassing. Does Roo remember what I was saying? Nope. That's okay. Okay. Can you please help me fill out the continue.dev config file at symbol down enter config.yaml enter with settings for Ollama hosting backtick gemma 3 colon 1b and DeepSeek dash R1 colon 1.5b. Backtick question mark. Enter. Alright, come on, Roo. Oh no. Language model did not provide any assistant messages. This may indicate an issue with the API or the model's output. Is there anything that gives me a clue? Ollama PS 1.5 gigs, Gemma 3, 4 minutes from now. Oh, I wonder if it's towards the end of the thing. We'll see. I'm not sure if it's actually thinking. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's thinking. We'll give it some time. Not real sure what the error message is about. These tools are pretty new still, so it's not unexpected, I guess, that errors would come out of them. And they're really small too. I'm not sure if we're saving much time this way, but we'll see. Okay. What? Markdown file. Pre-specified markdown file. No. Cancel. No. Alright. Well, this one didn't help. Let's ask DeepSeek. DeepSeek would be a lot more long-winded, but maybe it would actually get it done. Let's see, so DeepSeek, save, done, and if I click this little caret, I can copy this message. I'll hit Control C to put it on the clipboard. I'll say plus to go to a new task, and then I'll Control V to put it back in, and I'll just ask DeepSeek if they can do the same thing. I'm not really surprised neither of them know these things. Like, whenever you're talking to an LLM, it's only as good as how recent the model is. So like Continue and Roo, they're not old tools. They're really new tools. So if I ask it a question about one of these new tools, I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't know the answer, or if it hallucinated something. Because that's just kind of the way they work. But I think with the smaller models, you get less of a chance of hallucinating. Like, they're a lot more willing to just be like, nope, I don't know the answer, and then give up. I'm kind of surprised that the Gemma one decided to go do a bunch of markdown stuff. I'm like, what? No, not markdown. Why? But maybe it just looked at the YAML code and went, oh yeah, this is markdown. And then just like, went off on that. Because I guess these smaller models have a lot smaller attention spans as well. So like, the more context you try to give to a small LLM, the less attention it's going to pay it on any particular point of what you asked about it. Alright, so, oh, this is reporting in a different way. That's interesting. So I need to help the user fill out the continue.dev. That's good, yep. Notice what I'm talking about. I remember setting a posting for a Llama model. Config localhost 8080, environment variables. Ollama can connect. I don't see any other sections in the config. Okay, here's how you can update. Alright, it's gonna try. Continue. No, this isn't correct. This isn't gonna do it. But I think it may ask if it can try to fill it out now. Let's see what it does. This is all part of science. How good are the things that we're asking to do things whenever they're free and local and on tiny computers? This is all what this video is about, aside from, I guess, already setting up the install. Well, I guess we are still talking about the configs for continue, so we're not quite out of the woods. I'm going to let you keep thinking about that. And here, I'm going to say sample continue.dev config.yaml file. Okay, there's the reference. Maybe I could have given the reference to the other thing. Oh, what's all this stuff? No, no, this is, oh, maybe this is why I was trying to do that other stuff. Properties, config. Am I wrong? Oh, here's the models. Okay. Name, provider, and model are all required. These have name, don't have provider. Provider, the provider name, Ollama, API base, embed options, request. Oh, still thinking. Embed options. Oh, okay, okay. What you doing there? It seems you're trying to analyze an environment configuration or context size for VS Code, current time, and the cost of 0. Oh man, these things are all out of whack. Okay. Thanks for trying, Roo. Alright, so local assistant version models, back to the thing. Maybe if we just plug in Ollama, I asked for samples. Configuration. Easily access your consistent. Okay. So it says deprecated configuration methods. Here's the YAML oh, see a full reference here. Okay. No. Name provider, API key, name profile, custom, name models. Okay. Do you have Ollama somewhere? Control Ollama. No. Yeah. Okay. Ollama. Assistant model section uses Anthropic imported model block. Model DeepSeek reasoner provider Ollama. Explicit model. I can see why this confused the other thing. Alright, so we're going to say let's search for Ollama again. Okay, that is a model. Name uses with override. Ollama star coder. Let's try this one. Doesn't look happy for some reason. No, not for that reason. Because YAMLs are indent sensitive. There shouldn't be an autocomplete rule. I don't know. Okay, this tells me that I should be using Roo, but then I should be using a stronger LLM to configure continue. Blocks can be imported. This can be alongside other uses clauses. It's also possible to define blocks locally. Block YAML. Alright, let's go back. Ollama 1134. That's the port that it should be on. Migrate config to YAML. This looks like what we want. I guess that's just the way it looks. Ollama, and then roles autocomplete. I don't like that. I don't want it to be autocomplete. Gemma 3:1b. Okay. Are you happy about this? Error could not load config. Learn more. Nested mapping. Mappings are not allowed in compact mappings. I don't know what that means. Oh, it doesn't mean good things. Implicit keys found on a single line. Let's go back. Well, this YAML doesn't even have the thing. Maybe that's just what the empty should look like. Okay, so let's go like this. And then just take away the empty brackets. Maybe that'll make it happy. Yeah, that looks like it might have made it happy. No configuration errors found. Okay, so maybe that means that Gemma is now configured. So let's go to a new thing. Continue. Remain local. Ah, here we go. Ask anything. Oh, it's got an add chat model. Let's try provider. Ollama? No? Why is it like this? Ollama. AutoDetect model. DeepSeek Mistral. That's weird that it doesn't have the ones that I have. That's weird that it thinks that they should. Well, yeah, okay, AutoDetect, connect. Model AutoDetect, okay. Ah, there we go, so AutoDetect. So let me get rid of the star coder now, because I guess that's wrong. Oh, it still says my star coder. Interesting. Okay, save. Okay, there we go. Alright, so let's ask Gemma a question just to make sure it works. Can you see this message? Man, that was a real trip. I'm glad we finally got to it. Yeah, it works. Okay, so on this Papa OS box with 12 gigs of memory, we've installed a 1B and a 1.5B whatchamacallit. What do you call it? Wait, go back. Chat, back. Settings. Where's the continue? Oh, there it is. Continue settings. What are these settings? Back there? No. Indexing? No. Oh, I could index my code base. That's cool. I don't think I used to have that. I guess since I got it set up, I don't want to close this. I'm not sure how to get back to it. I'm going to close it. Let's see. Add chat model. This will update your config file. Okay, there's a way to get back to there. That's cool. Maybe I could have used this the first time through and I was just being bullheaded about it. It wouldn't be the first time. I've been bullheaded about many things in my life. But okay, I think this covers everything that I wanted to show. I hope it showed something useful buried in my stumbling. I'll try to put chapters on here to make it a little easier to jump to what you might be interested in seeing. But I appreciate y'all watching, and I hope you have a good evening. Good night.